Hi everyone, and welcome to the start of another new year. As a new year begins, it's always full of excitement and promise, and people have great ideas for making change in their life to make their lives better, whether it's for their health or their business or their family or financially. And we often do that by starting our New Year's resolutions. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret. New Year's resolutions just don't work. If you've tried them before and you failed, stay tuned in this video because I'm going to go through the reasons why New Year's resolutions usually fail and things that you can do to make actionable changes in your life right now that will be lasting and help you set goals that will make you achieve the things that you want to achieve in your life for you and your health and your family. Hi, I'm Dr. Scott McCrimmon, a chiropractor here at Caledon East Family Chiropractic, and welcome to our channel. On this channel, you're going to find the latest in health information from all of our various practitioners on different tips, strategies, and actionable steps to help keep you and your family as healthy as possible. If you like the information you see here, please give the video a like, subscribe to our channel as videos come out each week on different topics and different ways to help keep you as healthy as possible. So New Year's resolutions. Research shows that 95% of New Year's resolutions are done within the first 3 months. So why do they consistently fail? Well, there's many reasons for it, but one of the biggest ones that I see is people just say they're going to do something without a whole lot of thought into it, and they're very vague. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to grow my business. I'm going to save more money. I'm going to eat better. They're very vague, generalized statements. Often they're things that people in their mind know they should do, but they really don't know how to go about it. So they just say, that's what I'm going to do this year. And because there's not a lot of structure behind that thought, that's often why they fail. So how do we change these New Year's resolutions around to make them something that is achievable, that we can stick with, and that we can maintain? Well, instead of making resolutions, I like to say we're going to set goals. A lot of you might think, well, it's kind of the same thing, isn't it? Well, when we set goals, we can make them what we call SMART goals. And SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, aligned, realistic, and time-bound. Okay, so let's walk through that SMART acronym as it relates to goal setting to make your New Year's resolutions or your goals for the new year stick for you. So we start with S, that is specific. The more specific you can make your goal, the easier it's going to be to achieve. So instead of, I am going to lose weight, how about, I am going to lose 15 pounds, or I'm going to lose 10 pounds, or I'm going to lose 5 pounds, whatever the case is for you. Or instead of, I'm going to exercise more this year, how about, I'm going to go for a walk every day after work for at least 15 minutes. Or I am going to do 25 push-ups every day. Or I'm going to ride a stationary bike 5 days a week for at least 20 minutes. Whatever it is, the more specific you can make it, the easier it's going to be to wrap your brain around, and the easier it's going to be for you to achieve, and easier for you to see the gains that you are actually making. The next letter in our acronym is M. In our SMART acronym is M for measurable. Okay, so when we make a goal specific, that gets us started. Now, how do we measure our progress? Okay, so whenever you set your goal, make it something you can track. So I'm going to lose 15 pounds. Well, how do I measure that? Really easy. You step on a scale, you can see where you started, you see where you are now, you can measure that. I am going to do 25 push-ups a day. Well, how do we measure that? Really easy. You can have a calendar, you can put a check mark each day you've done your 25 push-ups. Some goals might be a little more vague. Maybe a goal for you is to be a more positive person this year. Well, how do you measure that? That might take a little bit of thought in that, but maybe say, I'm going to say good morning to 3 people on the street each day. Or I'm going to have something nice to say to somebody at work every day. Or I'm going to send out 3 emails of gratitude to people that are important to me in my life. Again, now you've got something you can measure to see that you're making that change. Sometimes this takes a little bit of thought depending on what your goal is, whether it's health and exercise or positivity or business growth or financial. There's all kinds of goals, quitting smoking, but if you can make it specific and you can measure it, it's a lot easier to achieve. The next letter in our SMART acronym is A, and that stands for aligned. Your goal has to be aligned with something that's important to you. If it's not, you're not going to follow through. So for example, we've had lots of patients over the years talk about quitting smoking. If that's important to you at this time in your life, it's a lot easier to follow through. If you're talking about quitting smoking, we all know that smoking is not good for us, but if it's at a time in your life where you're not ready to quit, you're doing it because somebody told you you should, or maybe you want to lose weight because your doctor or your spouse said you should lose some weight, but it's really not that important to you. It's really going to be hard for you to achieve. So you need to have goals that are aligned with your values. And there's different exercises you can look online to find out the values that are important to you. But things that are important to you will help you achieve your goal. So for example, maybe your goal is, I'm going to lose 15 pounds. We know how that's a specific goal. We know how we can measure it. But why is that goal important to you? Well, I want to lose 15 pounds so that as my kids continue to grow, I can be outside playing with them, or I can get down on the ground and play with my kids, or I can play sports with them because my body's better able to handle that. If that's an important goal for you, it's going to be a lot easier to achieve because it has meaning to you. If it's just, I want to lose weight because a doctor said I should lose 10 pounds or 15 pounds, but you're not there right now, it's going to be hard to achieve. So spend some time, think about what is important to you. Why is this goal important to you? And once you wrap your head around that, now your brain's going to be more ready to achieve that goal, just like the other steps that we said. Okay, the next letter in the SMART acronym is R, and that stands for realistic. You need to make your goals realistic. So if I get to say, I'm going to lose 100 pounds, your brain might be like, yeah, sure, right. We've tried that before and it didn't work. It's not going to happen again, and we're self-sabotaging ourselves. There's the old saying, shoot for the stars, because even if you miss, you're going to hit the moon. I don't always buy into that statement, because when we make a goal that's really unrealistic, that little voice in the back of our head goes, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. And then internally we start to, I say self-sabotage, or we know it's probably not going to happen, so we don't put as much effort as we can in. So if you want to lose 100 pounds, that's fantastic. But start your goal off at a way that's realistic for you. Maybe it's, I'm going to lose 5 pounds, right? That's achievable. And as we make a goal that's realistic and that we can achieve, and we start to achieve that little bit, our brain goes, hey, I did it. I'm proud of myself. I made this. Let's set another goal. Now I'm going to lose another 5. I'm going to lose another 10 pounds. Or say I want to save for retirement and I want $100,000 saved for retirement. Well, am I going to save $100,000 this year? Probably not, right? But maybe I say and I've never saved before. Maybe I'm going to start with, as I said, $100 a month. Okay. For people, that may be more achievable. Maybe it's $50 a month. Maybe it's less than that. Whatever it is, if you've never done it before and you do a little bit, you get that positive reinforcement. Hey, I did that. Or I want to exercise. You want to get to a level where you can say, run a half marathon or a marathon, but you're not a big runner. Make the goal realistic. I'm going to run 5 kilometers 3 times a week or twice a week, depending on what, whatever your stage is at. Make it something you can achieve. And then as it's realistic for you and you achieve that goal, that positive reinforcement will help you set a new goal that will help you better succeed. Okay, and the last letter in our SMART acronym is T, and that stands for time bound. You need to put almost like a deadline. If you were like me in school, if your teacher just said you have to do this project and whatever, odds of it getting done are pretty slim. If this project has a deadline and a due date, pretty much I'm going to get it done. For me, it was often last minute, but I know I had a time to work towards. So if your goal, and weight loss is one we've talked about here, that's a good example. I want to lose 5 pounds. A specific goal that's measurable, it's aligned, so it's important to me, it's realistic, but I'm going to set a deadline. So we're in January now, so maybe by March 1st or April 1st of this year, I'm going to lose 5 pounds. Okay, that works. You have something, a time frame to work towards. It's going to help you achieve it. You can do that for any of the goals that you set, but when you put a time frame around it, it's going to give you that motivation to get going and work towards that goal. So a quick review of our goal setting SMART acronym. Make your goal specific, make it measurable, make it aligned or important with your values, make it something you can realistically achieve, and make sure it's time bound, or there's a deadline to when you're going to start, when you're going to end. So you can look at it from anything. If I use the example of exercising more. So let's take the goal of, I am going to do 25 push-ups every day starting January 10th. I'm going to do that to February 10th, and then I'm going to reassess how I did and maybe set a new exercise goal for myself. Well, 25 push-ups is very specific. It's easy to measure. It's important for me because I want to get stronger to be able to play with my kids more. It is realistic because doing 25 push-ups a day just takes a couple minutes, and I have my time frame of when I'm going to start, when I'm going to finish, and reassess where I'm at. If we use just a weight loss example, because that's a common one for people, I am going to lose 15 pounds by June 1st. It's really important to me because I have bad knees and they're starting to limit my mobility. I know if I lose weight, I'll be able to be more active. It's a realistic goal because losing 15 pounds in 6 months is definitely realistic with the right framework. And I have a time frame to work towards. Okay, you can use that acronym for any goal, for any aspect of your life, and it's going to really help put you on the road to success. Okay, so now that we understand how to make SMART goals, our acronym, and you can use that for any type of goal you're setting for any aspect of your life, a couple other little tidbits for you is once you have your goal set up, start writing down some action steps that you can take, some guidelines. So if it's going to be our 25 push-up example, maybe you just tell yourself, I'm going to do that every morning when I first wake up before I go to work, or every day as soon as I get home from work, that's the first thing I'm going to do. The more information you can put in, again, helps make it a little more specific, is helpful for you. One of the biggest things that I always tell patients is think of progress over perfection. A lot of people think, and again, I'll use our exercise example again. I'm gonna do my 25 push-ups every day. I'm all excited about it. I got my SMART goal set, and then something happens. You get stuck late at work, you're exhausted, or you forget one day, or it doesn't happen, and then we go, here I go, I failed again, and then we sort of fall off the wagon, and then it snowballs and things get worse. I see people do it with their eating habits, with their exercise routines, with any type of goal that they set for themselves. But think of progress over perfection. If you haven't done well in this before, and you have a couple of really good days, and then you miss, that's okay. Tell yourself, it happened. Get over it. Start again the next day. Okay, whatever it is. Or you're trying to eat better, and you had a day where someone brought cake into work, and you had a couple slices or a slice of cake, and you're feeling bad about it. That's okay. Tomorrow, get up next time, instead of the cake, grab an apple instead. Little steps lead to big progress. Well, I hope this is going to be an amazing year for you. Remember, forget your vague New Year's resolution. Get a new goal that's going to be smart. It's going to be specific. It's going to be measurable. It's going to be aligned. It's something realistic for you and something that you can put a time frame around. It's going to help you be successful. Wish everyone a fantastic new year, and make this the best year yet for you and your family.